Hey, what is up, y'all? In this video we're going to go ahead and talk about how to build an infinite streak in the 4-star basic arena. So I've got this as the second part of a series that I'm doing on how to build infinite streaks in the arenas. I've already got the 3-star featured arena done, and I'll be linking the video in the description below for you to check that out as well. Also in the description you're going to find the instructions here for how to build that infinite streak. So if you want to skip actually watching this video, you want to get right into your own grind, go ahead and go down to the description, see what I recommend using for building your own streak, and just get right to it. If you want to hang out and get a few extra tips, a few extra thoughts from me on building streaks and maintaining streaks and how to maximize points, then go ahead and hang out for a little bit. If you like what you see, go ahead and give me that thumbs up. Go ahead and give me a share as well. And if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and do so and hit that notification bell so you know when other videos I put out are available for you. So I appreciate you sticking out with me if you're going to hang out, and otherwise good luck on your own grind. Go ahead and hop down to that description to go ahead and move forward here. Alright, so with the 4-star basic arena, this is going to be the arena where you're going to be using just your 3 and 4-star champions. Right, and this arena is going to have quite a few rewards available for you. There's a good amount of milestones, and you only really need about 1.5 million, I think, to get to the top milestone. And you can also get a 4-star champion as well, depending on who it is that's going that week. You might only have to put in about 1.7, 1.8 million. Sometimes it's going to be quite a bit more, 2.5 to 3 million for some of the more desirable ones. And then there's champions that are game-changing, like your Blade, and even Sabretooth went for a decent amount, not terrible. Blade went for like over 5 million. So yeah, that was a lot of points to put up for sure. Now, as far as building the streak goes, depending on your roster size and depth is going to determine kind of how fast you can get to the infinite streak and how well you can maintain that. There's a couple of different paths to get there. There's multiple ways that I don't have highlighted here and I'm not necessarily going to talk about, because again, it just depends on your roster and how skilled you are and how well you want to do it. But there's a couple of ways that I think it's pretty easy to get to that streak and be able to maintain it for just about anybody, really. So for having easier fights, you're going to be looking at rounds 1 through 5 using any low-ranked 3 or 4-star champions. These aren't going to be used later on in the arena, so using them in the first 5 rounds just to build up that multiplier to that 3 times is going to be valuable, because you can get some points out of them, because you're not going to use them later. Really, you're not going to get any points out of them in later rounds. So go ahead and use your low-ranked ones. Now, again, if you do have a deep roster, then you can maximize points by using your top-ranked 3 stars, or even rank 220 or above 4 stars, right? So if you do have a lot of 4 stars or just a ton of maxed out 3 stars, go ahead and use some of those options, because you're going to get more points early on. It's going to help your points go up. It's going to help you reach those milestones a little bit faster, and then you won't have to spend quite as much time in the arena to get those extra units, gold, battle chips, or even getting that basic champ that's running at that time. At this point in time, as I'm recording it, the basic arena is currently for Massacre, and I've seen reports anywhere between about 2.5 to maybe about 2.9, 3 million. So yeah, a good amount of points, but not a huge amount. So if you have a deep roster, go ahead and try to get those points as soon as you can by using those 440 3 stars or 330 4 stars. Now, once you get to round 11, this is where you do want to probably change things up. Rounds 11 through 15, you're going to want to use 2 4 stars ranked 220 or higher, or 3 stars ranked 440, and then 1 low ranked 3 star. So probably one of your 1-1s that you haven't used before. So you're going to use a little bit of sandbagging here. A couple benefits for that is if you don't have a very deep roster yet, it's going to allow you to kind of save some of your bigger champs for a little bit later. So you can use some of those mid-tier 440s or some of those that you haven't quite reached up to rank 3 yet, you can get those out of the way or use some of your better 3 stars, and then just save a couple for a little bit later rounds. Right now, again, with a deep roster, then you can actually go ahead and use a team of 3, either 3-star 440s or 4-star 330s and above, just to get those extra points during those rounds. Those are going to be more difficult fights, higher PIs for your opponents, so therefore you're going to get more points from that. So it's really up to you and to your roster size on whether or not you want to use that sandbagging method, or if you want to use a more straight up 3-on-3 approach. So based it on your own roster there on how you want to do that. Now, once you get to round 16, so for round 16 through 19, you do need to use a team of 3 4-stars, rank 330 or higher. You're going to be running into 440s and 550s at this point in time. So if you do take anything less than a 330, you are going to lower your chance for actually winning. You can, again, still use 3 stars in these rounds, and that's going to be a possibility, because even a 550 is going to be pretty powerful, but 330s can still beat them, so you're not going up against like a rank 5-star death match, so you don't have quite as much to worry about there. So with a little bit of skill and with some good champions, you can do 3 stars in those rounds as well. Once you get to round 20 and above, you want to use at least 2 3-star 440s or 4-star 220s and 1 rank 3-star 330 with that. Now, you can use that in if you don't have a very deep roster. It's going to help you get a few extra points while you wait for the rest of your team to recharge. But to play it safe and to make sure that you keep that infinite streak going, I really do recommend using at least 3 3-star 440s and 3 4-star 330s, or some combination of those. You want to try to avoid using your rank 3 3-stars and your rank 2 4-stars, just so you don't run into that death match, or if they're not like a great champ, if they're more of a mid-tier champ, for example, then you might get wrecked in a match and you could lose that multiplier, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Right now, if you do want to use just your 4 stars, we're going to have a similar approach for rounds 1 through 5. Just use your lowest ranked 4 stars that you haven't put any time into. If you have a deep roster, or if you're still building that up, go ahead and actually start with your rank 3 level 30s. Get a few extra points out of those early rounds while you're building up that multiplier. And then once you get from round 6 to 10, you can go ahead and use 3 of your rank 330s or higher. I do recommend using 330s on these rounds. Save your 440s and 550s for later rounds. You'll get a few extra points from slightly better opponents, and you also will have a little bit easier time of getting through those rounds. You won't have quite as difficult opponents to fight in those rounds. Now, rounds 11 through 15, again, you can do the sandbagging method, which would be 2 rank 330s, so 2 4-stars ranked 330 or higher, and then 1 low ranked 3-star as your sandbag. You can do that. Now, when I talk about sandbagging, this is where you go ahead and just quit that fight right away. You're probably not going to win it, so don't spend any time in it. Try to get through that a little bit faster. But if you're feeling it and maybe you have a good matchup, go ahead and try to fight that with that low ranked 3-star. Right, sometimes you might be able to pull out a win, but use those 330s. Again, save those slightly bigger guns for the next few rounds if you can. But if you don't have a very deep roster, then maybe use some of your bigger champions, your better champions during these sandbagging rounds, just to be able to move on. Right, and then once you reach round 16, so 16 through 19, use your 330s or better. And then round 20 plus, again, you can go back to that same strategy of using your 3 stars 440s or any 4-star rank 220 and above. Right, and again, just try to use those 440s and 4-star 330s just for safety, just to make sure you don't run into a match that maybe you can't do. Now, otherwise, and what I did in this video is you can use just 3 stars exclusively just to get you all the way through to round 20. So that's going to be up to you on if you feel like you have the skill for it, for 1, and if you have the champs for it, for 2. If you have god tier champs at a decent signature level that are 3 stars, then you might be able to actually get through that. And then once you get to rounds 20 and above, then use your 4 stars, and that's going to help you maximize those points further, because you can get all the way through your 3 stars with a really deep roster, and then you save your 4 stars for once you're actually in your infinite streak. Just be aware that during rounds 11 through 19, you're going to probably run into some really difficult fights. So just keep that in mind, as you might have a difficult time during that, but just give it a try if you want to. If you want to give yourself a little bit of a challenge. Now, with the 3-star challenge here, it also allows you to test out some of your skills in some more difficult fights. You can use some champions that maybe you want to get used to playing with, or maybe you want to use some or fight some champions that you're going to see in Alliance War or in questing, for example, and that's going to help you to just get a little bit of experience. You can also use that time to work on things like parrying, dexterity. You can work on how to bait specials, how to bait heavies, or again, if there's just a really difficult champion, look for those matchups and try to take those on with your 3 stars. That'll extend the fight a little bit more, give you more opportunity to work out some of those skills that are going to help you out in more difficult content, even with bigger and better champions. Right, so just kind of up to you on how you want to do that. Right, there are multiple ways. If I left anything out, if you have any questions, any concerns, or if you have any of your own tips that you want to share with other people, go ahead and put them in the comments below. I'd be glad to take a look to see what you guys have to say as well. So if you're going to stick around for the rest of the video, I'm just going to get up to that infinite streak where I run into a match that's really easy. I'm not actually going to fight it in this video, but you're going to see kind of what it looks like. So if you're going to stick around, enjoy that. If you're going to go off to the arenas and try to build your own grind, good luck, and hopefully this helped you out, and I look forward to kind of seeing what you guys have to say, seeing what other things we can do together in this game going forward. Good luck, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.